This movie just goes poof! Oh, you might be able to tell I'm very excited about this film.
I love working on American soil, Dan. Ain't had this much fun since Woodward and Bernstein.
How long can we keep this up?
Congress is pushing through some new bill that's gonna outlaw masks. Our days are numbered. Till then, it's like you always say. We're society's only protection.
From what?
You kidding me? From themselves.
Hello again, I am Blunty and welcome to Ponder Pop. Now, anyone who's been watching my gear for a while now will realise I've been putting up a lot of Watchmen stuff in the lead up to the movie. Well now, finally I have seen the movie, and at the same time this review goes up, there's a whole bunch of other material going up, including a brand new interview with director Zack Snyder, interviews with two of the stars, the beautiful Marlene Ackerman and the ruggedly handsome Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays the comedian. So, what do I think of the movie? In one word, friggin' awesome. Okay, that's two words. If you hyphenate it, maybe one word. I don't know what to say about this movie. Let's look at it from a movie-making perspective. It's shot beautifully. I mean, Zack Snyder, the director, he's the guy who did 300. And I know a lot of you people out there were worried about it. You Watchmen hardcore fans, all the slow motion stuff in 300. There's very little of that in Watchmen. So you'll be all those people freaking out going, oh, I don't want to see a slow motion movie. It's not. There are a few sort of key action scenes where he slows it down so you can see how beautifully it's all choreographed and all that sort of stuff. But by and large, it unfolds in, you know, a regular real-time kind of thing. And it looks stunning. And I mean really stunning. I was sitting in my chair going, ugh, just gobsmacked by it. The casting is absolutely perfect, and that's another thing a lot of Watchmen hardcore fans were worried about. How do you cast these amazingly rich, deep, complex characters and get it right? They got everything right. Every single character is spot on. They come off the screen exactly as you remember them from the book. With the possible exception of Night Owl, he is an even more engaging character in this movie because just the journey he takes, it feels so much more real, and you can see the emotions playing across the actor's face. And I wish I could remember his name off the top of my head right now, but I'm freaking out, so it's on the bottom of the screen here. Sorry, dude, if you watch this, I forgot your name. The sound in this film is also spectacular. The sound design is wonderful. The music in particular, and I spoke to Zach about this, you'll see it in the interview that goes up alongside this. It's brilliant, and it's used very, very subtly at times, and it just adds another layer to this immensely dense and exciting and rich film. And that's the biggest thing about this. It is so densely packed. It is so complex and intrinsic, and there's so many stuff you'll only see, you'll only notice, you'll only get second, third time you watch it, third time you watch it, fourth time you watch it. I'm going to watch it at least half a dozen times before it hits DVD, and then I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray and special edition with all the extra bits thrown in. Oh, you might be able to tell I'm very excited about this film. Now, again, for those Watchmen purists out there, and I'm speaking to you because I am one of you, I love the book so much, and I was worried about how they're going to change it to fit on a screen, you know, whack it in 2 hours and all that sort of stuff. It works. It works beautifully. The stuff they leave out, you don't notice it's missing. There is, you know, bits and pieces, of course, because this is a 12-issue comic book that's compressed into a, you know, graphic novel that's like that thick. You're going to lose stuff. What was missing, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head. It didn't feel like it was missing. It was brilliant. Now, of course, the ending has changed, and that's been rumoured for a long while now, and I spoke to Zach about that the first time we did a video, and I spoke to it again on the interview that's going up with this video, again, plugging those away. But the ending has changed. You don't get the psychic squid monster from another dimension thing happening anymore. But the ending they went with, you get exactly the same feel from it, exactly the same moral sort of ambiguity. It works perfectly. And to be frank, and I said this on camera in one of the interviews, I liked it better than the ending in the book, because the thread of this ending runs all the way through the film. And it's not like you don't see, you don't really see it coming, but when it hits you, everything just goes and falls into place and locks like a beautiful jigsaw puzzle of ultimate glorious doom. You can tell I'm excited about this movie. Is there anything about the movie I don't like? I don't know. I'm gonna have to see it. I'm so pumped, and it hit me full force. I'm sitting in this lovely plush cinema, and this movie just goes poof, hits you in the face, and it just overwhelms you, and it's so complex, and everything's happening, and there are no dead spots. It's a long movie, but it doesn't feel long. I'm gonna have to see it a few more times before I even realise if there is anything I don't like, because the first time you watch it, it's just an overwhelming experience that just floods over all your senses, except, you know, taste, unless you've got some decent popcorn or something in the cinema. But this movie is what I consider a modern masterpiece. It is so carefully made, and everything, all the details are there, and it pieces together so wonderfully. This is not only my favourite comic book movie of all time, as it currently stands, but it is at least right up there in the top 3 of my favourite movies of all time. So go out, see this movie, see it in the cinemas, and see it in a decent cinema with a nice big screen, great sound system, and just let it wash over you. Go and see it a second time at the cinema, because you will want to do that. And then buy it on DVD or Blu-ray or whatever. And watch it again and again and again, because that's what I'm going to do. This movie, I've said it before dozens of times already in this video, it's amazing. It is an astounding cinematic experience, and I freaking love it! In case you're wondering why the lighting suddenly looks really different, it's because I'm filming next to an open window trying to use natural sunlight, because I had a bunch of my equipment stolen, including my lights, so that's why this doesn't look as well lit as all my other videos recently. Sorry about that. So bottom line, go see the movie. You have to see this movie. If I was going to give it a rating out of whatever, I would give it whatever. Full ratings. Okay, it seems as though the failing light isn't going to return, so I'll just have to do this part of the video now with what light I have available. If you're watching this on YouTube, I've utilised the annotation features to link you directly to the 3 interviews that I did with Bang, Marlene Ackerman, the incredibly beautiful and talented Marlene Ackerman, who plays Silk Spectre 2, and Bam, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays the comedian. He is my favourite guy in this movie. His performance is astoundingly good. He will blow you away. And Bang, the brand new interview with director Zack Snyder, which is just wonderful. Go watch him, go see the movie, enjoy it, freak out like I am, come back, make your own video review and link it to this, because I want to see what other people think. And especially, just like Zack Snyder mentions in my interview with him, I want to see what people think of this movie who haven't read the original graphic novel, because it's going to be a completely different experience for those guys, so let me know. I'm going to go to see this movie oh, my light's back. I'm going to go see this movie again, because by the time you see this, it's going to be out in general release in your cinemas, or within a day or two of this, depending on where you are in the world, and I'm rushing out to see it again and again and again and again and again and again and again. Watchmen freaking rocks! Okay, I'm done. I'm over it. This has been Blanty. I'll catch you next time.
Why would I save the world I no longer have any stake in?
Do it for me.
The world will look up and shout, "Save us." And I'll whisper, "No."